Good morning, it's Friday the 28th of February 2020, 10:45, and our chickens have laid some eggs. Now the one on the left is a regular sized egg that we normally get, and the one on the right looks like a duck egg. I mean, it's enormous. I have no idea how this was from our small chickens, so I have no idea how the hell that thing came out. We've got this storeroom at the bottom of our house. That's like the tool room, and then the next one's the chicken room. And since we arrived about 9 weeks ago, it's only been about 9 weeks, you know that. But anyway, since we arrived, we've just been piling stuff in here. So Gina wants to clean this room up and turn it into look here through this window, you can see the mountain and stuff. So we could knock like big windows in here, big windows on this side maybe, and have beautiful views. And this room's big, it's about 5.5 meters wide by 7 meters long. And we can turn this into like an area for, I don't know, eating, relaxing, having guests. Doing a bit of yoga. I could put some exercise equipment in here. So yeah, nice views. Could even turn it into a little self-contained flat. So we're getting there. This room's starting to look really big. I've hung one of the ladders up there. And then we have this incredibly long ladder. I mean, it's got to be, I don't even know how long that is. 8 meters, 7-8 meters. And so we're going to have to hang that diagonally across the ceiling. And I'm just going to strap it to the rafters, because we don't have to sit outside. It's a nice traditional ladder, you know, and this could possibly help me get down the well in summer. So the yurt and some stuff is all in this corner. And yeah, we've got a whole bunch of old boxes and things that we need to recycle, which was used for when we did the move. Quite a nice view from the door of this place though. Look at that. You can see out into the forest, into the orchard. And then when you go out the door, excuse the boxes, you've got the olive grove. So it's a nice little room, this. And then there's like a storage part here that has a whole bunch of old tools and things inside. But you know, you could make this into a little flat. So this could be like the studio area, kitchen, diner, studio, and through here could be a bathroom or something, or even a bedroom. So one of our hens was, she's the white one, one of the new white ones. She's got a very bad eye infection, and she's wheezing and stuff. What's happened is since we got her for the last 3 days or whatever, she's been sleeping on the floor because she's trying to be with the rooster and there wasn't space. So last night I thought I'd put her onto a perch, and I put her onto the perch with some of the other chickens. And when we let them out this morning, she was still stuck on the perch, and they'd obviously been pecking her eye, and she was too terrified to get off the perch. So I had to let her down, but her eye is completely closed up.
But the eye itself is alright.
Okay, so it's just swelling, the actual eyeball's good. Okay.
So I think they've just picked her in the head.
Okay. Yeah, so she was getting hammered, and now she's got a very swollen eye, and like a respiratory issue.
I think she's just under the weather.
And yeah, she's not happy. So we're just giving her a little bit of water because she hasn't been eating or drinking. She's now in this little quarantine area again. You know, we just want to make sure that her eye recovers. And we've given her some food and water. She's very, very stressed, and she's like the weakest bird out of all of them. When I was holding her now, she's very thin, and it's quite stressful. She's in with all these other hens that have been here, you know, since day one, and they are very confident, and they've obviously really pecked her last night. So let's just put her in for a while. Let's get her strength up, and yeah, hopefully she pulls through. So Saturday the 29th of February. It's a leap year. You don't often get the 29th of February. We've got Storm George with a J, and Jorge, maybe, is that how they pronounce it? I really don't know. I think that's how you pronounce it in Spanish. So he's just carrying like the seeds and stuff into a place where we can keep them away from the chickens, which is the bottom storage shed. And I just noticed, hey Gina, look, we've got granadilla popping up.
Just the one.
Now we're just going to take the skin off the greenhouse, and then you know, because the storm's going to pick up over the next 2 days or so. And there we go, storm proof. So I think what we should do is get some shade cloth, go over the outer part with shade cloth. It will be much better for the summer, and when the wind's blowing it won't be such a problem, you know, because the wind will be able to get through it and around. And also shade cloth has got some holes in it, so I think that's probably a better solution than having like a plastic sail attached. And I think like this aluminium frame, it's obviously not the strongest in the world, but this should be alright if you put like that sort of shade cloth over it. So we'll see. And also we're building, well hopefully soon, we're going to be building the vegetable patch at the back of the house here. And I think we can move this to the back of the house, and being closer to the house it'll be more protected from the wind. It's been about an hour or two since we've quarantined this chicken, and all of the other chickens are sort of watching her, and she's making some really bad phlegmy sort of noises, like she's proper sick. Yeah, that's a very unwell chicken. Basically it sounds like there's a lot of mucus, probably coming from that swollen eye that's going into the beak. And we've cleaned the eye, she's got food, she's got water, so yeah, right now I think the rest is up to her, and we'll check on her a little bit later. So that was the big egg, it was a double yolker. So Joaquin is here, let me just go out and greet him quickly. So here we go, we've got the rotavator, and yeah, we've got the rotavator now just ploughing in the compost. Wow, that's done a fantastic job, look at that. So it's all ploughed now. It's all ploughed, and it's a little bit late now. It's like 4 o'clock now, so I'm not going to start hammering poles into the ground. But we're nearly there, you know, we can nearly start building our fence and all of that. We've got like a little pile of compost left over there, which we're going to use for the fruit trees. 4:46, and the chicken's still not great. You know, it just seems every single time an animal gets sick, you just pump antibiotics into it. And to be honest, I really don't want to do that. And I think that, you know, if this chicken is going to survive, it needs to pull through this. It's kind of the runt of the pack. It's getting picked and bullied on, and you know, just all of that stress has made its immune system go down. And yeah, it's going to have to fight now. You know, it needs to fight, and get better. I know I'm probably going to take a lot of flack for saying that, but you know, I think it needs to pull through this. It's got an infection, we've given it food, water, and a sheltered space, all on its own to rest up. And now it just needs to do its thing. Yeah, so there's like a big hawk or something that's been swooping down and messing with our birds. Gina's seen it twice today, so we might have a problem. So Gina thinks she can see the hawk in the trees. And obviously we've got the little chickies outside, but we've left the dog out there because, you know, the dog will definitely freak out if the hawk comes down. You know what, chickens? It's 6:08, and I think it's time for you little buggers to go to bed. This is a cup of cracked corn. Come on, chickens. Chickies. Some chicken crack. So the chickens are starting to go up to roost. I've just had to put the big rooster and his girlfriend onto that perch. The other 4 will go into this little section, but they're just filling up their crops first. And then we have our sick chicken, which is just inside this quarantine area. So the chicken made it through the night. Okay, I'll show you. Look at that eye, completely swollen. It made it through the night, and yeah, it's definitely got some kind of respiratory problem. We're just giving it some water because it's not really eating or drinking. So, right, so it's Sunday the 1st of March 2020, and it's 11:08. And so today's the day we're finally going to do our vegetable patch. This is it in the background. You've probably seen in our other videos that we've bought a whole bunch of coals and some sheep fencing. The sheep fencing is over here, and we've also got a pile driver over here to knock these poles in the ground. We want to build a fence going around the perimeter of the veggie patch so we can keep out the chickens, we can keep out the dog and the wild pigs and stuff like that. Now the problem that we have is somewhere around here there's a septic tank, and I don't know where it is and I don't know how deep it is, because we're going to be knocking these posts into the ground about this deep, and I definitely don't want to be putting these through a septic tank or through one of the pipes. So the first thing we have to do is figure out where this tank is. So we've got the main sewage pipe that goes into the tank. It seems to be going down at an angle, so hopefully if it is over here it will be deep enough for us to drive these piles in. I have a little chicken helping me. It's eating all the worms as they come out. So after quite a while, what's the time now? 12:10. We now know where the tank is, so it's from that corner all the way up to there and across to there and all the way down to here. It's kind of a weird shape as well. It kind of goes out there and then in and then round and back in on itself, and it's got like this cross pipe coming down, which probably, I don't know, connects here or something, and then this big black waste tube, which is probably the toilet waste tube, as you can see there, and the bathroom's on this side. So it's got like two entrances, and then I'm guessing it's got some kind of like soak away. I don't know where those pipes are. So we've hammered in the first 4 poles. They're roughly 3 meters apart. So that's the last post, and it's a bit of a rough and ready farm fence, but the sole purpose is to protect our veggies from piggies and dogs, chickens. We've left a nice amount of space so you can drive past, and then we're going to make a gate at each side, this side and on this side. Here's a 10,000 litre water tank, and we can use that for irrigation. There's also hose pipe attachments up there so we can use our wells to irrigate. A lot more difficult than I thought it was going to be hammering that bloody pile driver thing in, but both Gina and I did it, and not a problem. How are you doing, Gina?
I'm alright. I think my shoulder and elbow might hurt a bit later.
So Gina, what do you have to show me?
Well, this little love heart potato.
Ah, so sweet. I love you too. Look at that. So it's 6:50. No, not 6:50. It's 5:50, and I just want to go inside the chicken house. Oh no, wait! I need to get some. Water in a syringe, just so that I can give this chicken a little bit of water, because it's nearly bedtime for them, and I want to make sure that she's got some liquids in. So we're in the middle of that Storm George, or whatever it's called, and it's a good thing that we took down our greenhouse. As you can see, all the trees are blowing quite strongly today. Oh, she's moved. Okay. So this chicken, this is the first time it's moved in a couple of days. So this is really good. I can't really film now because I'm going to need both hands to pick her up. But what we're going to do is we've got some water with a little bit of salt and some cotton buds. We're just going to clean up the eyes and the sinuses. So it's a bit difficult to film this right now because we've got to hold on to her. She doesn't really want us doing this. But as you can see, that eye is very just full of like mucus and stuff. And so is on the beak. And she's still got a lot of phlegm. But she's doing a lot better. I mean, she didn't move for about 2 days. She was in the same spot. And now she's been moving. So yeah, she's doing a lot better. So you're doing good, girl. We're going to leave you now. You got water, you got food, and the rest is up to you. If you can get through this, you're going to be a strong bird. So what we're going to do for now, I'll just staple these onto that end, and then I think I'm going to make some cuts like here, and then wrap those around. I've made like a little piece there to stop the gate from being pulled in this direction, and yeah, I got some tool to tension it with, but I don't think I'm actually going to need that, because I made a little bracket here to hold the wire straight, and when you just lean on it and put tension on it, it actually makes it quite nice and tight. But I don't think I'm going to be able to do this on my own, so I need to wait for Gina to get back from the shops. Storm's in full swing. So we've done one end of the fence. What are you doing? Okay, so we're done now with the fence, and I'm done with this day because it's just horrible, man. This wind's just blowing. It's cold and it's been splattered with rain. It's so windy. Look at these chickens blowing all over the place. So the sick chicken seems to be improving. She's a lot more alert. As you can see, she's actually had a crack there, just in the background. We are giving her liquid still, and I think she's been eating a little bit. So it looks like she's coming right. I really hope so.